Hey guys, happy first day of October, or the official beginning, really, of spooky season. So why am I here? Because this isn't 100 Days of Halloween video. If you had watched my 100 Days of Halloween video earlier, I had said I needed to record a video on some vacation acquisitions, and that's what we're going to do today. I figured I'd go ahead and get the video out of the way. That way I can get everything put away and out of my way. So, as you all know, I had gone on vacation up to Indiana for a family reunion, which was so much fun. I got to see some cousins and their kids that are grown and having kids and all that I hadn't seen for quite a while. Some of those kids I hadn't seen at all, and definitely hadn't seen their children. So it was pretty interesting. Unfortunately, I know not all of my cousins and all that were there, but there was a good amount, so it still turned out pretty good. And I got to spend some time with my sisters, um, which I was really looking forward to. And I'm so glad I went. And I missed them so much already. And got to spend some quality time with my uncle as well. And we had a lot of fun, even though I feel like the trip went way too fast. But we did some shopping the day after the reunion because Brian needed to go pick up some things that he had been looking for down here in the South that they did not have in the stores yet. So we were checking up there since they get cold quicker and they sometimes get a lot colder than we do. So we went to um, Walmart up there and did some perusing around and everything. And you guys know, Um, I had been on the lookout, was it a couple weeks ago before I went on vacation? I wanted those Halloween woobles. Um, I hadn't really tried amigurumi kits, and so I wanted to dip my toes in those mainly because I wanted the collector hooks. But I did one of the kits and I had a lot of fun with it. It's super cute. And before we had left, I had noticed that there was a Woobles kit that you cannot get on the website, and I'm still trying to figure out why, but it was available in very few stores. So I was like, So I looked on the Walmart app and I just changed the zip code to see if any of the stores near my uncle had them, and they did. Um, So he had to go to Walmart, and this was before we got up there, and he found the only one that they had. So he grabbed it for me and he had it waiting on the table for me when I got there. And I was super, super excited. But when we went shopping, I found more. And I actually found one to be a gift too. So I won't be showing that because that will get shipped off. But the one that I had him looking for was this one, and it is Zoe the Flamingo. She is super cute, adorable. I know my friend Sam over at Mantha Makes would love her. Um, like I said, I'm still trying to figure out why this one is not available on the Woobles website, and very few Walmart stores have this. I have found it on like Amazon, but they want a bunch of money for them on different sites and stuff. So I figured we would check out and see what is in here. And so let's see. Oh, if I can get it open. So upon first opening, we have some black yarn. We have some white. We have some, oh, they're stuck. Some yellow. So this is feet. And then we have the very pretty that matches the bag, the Zoe hook. This is Zoe. Oops. Zoe. Very pretty. And we have the main color of pink. Very pretty pink. I like it. And of course, it's got that. And the other kit that I did get done in between everything that's been going on, I undid what they started because I do it. Yeah, I wasn't doing it their way. So that was that. And then, of course, we've got the stuffing. And we've got Zoe's little woobly bits, which, and they got the little Zoe sticker. She's so cute. So what do we have in here? We've got more black. That's weird. Because the only thing black that I can see is the nose. And they already gave us this. So, and then of course we've got our needle for sewing bits on. We've got our eyes. And they always give you 3. So every time you do one of these, and then if you get another one and do it, you're going to have an extra set of eyes. And then, of course, Zoe's thing, and I will not show you the code. She is so cute. So cute. But I'm so glad my uncle found this for me. And if I can find out why she's not available, oh, I just threw an eyeball. I will let you guys know. I just found that really strange that Walmart is the only place I'll have to find that eyeball that flew. So, yeah. There we go. That is Zoe. And let's put her stuff back in here. And I'll keep her little pouch out for when I find the eyeball that took off. I can't believe I did that. Oh, well. So there was Zoe. I think she's darling. And then I found this little guy, Felix the Fox. I thought he was super adorable. And I was like, I want to make a fox. Of course, he's fall colors. And anytime wildlife and stuff like that, like little foxes and things like that, I kind of correlate it with the fall a lot. So we've got some white for Felix. That would be his belly and the little things in his ears. And we've got some black, which would be the tips of his ears. And we've got a blue hook that it doesn't even have his name on it. That's weird. It just says Woobles. Felix's name isn't on it. What? Yeah. And then, of course, we've got the orange. And we all know I love orange. So there's his body. And then, of course, we've got our stuffing. And his little sticker on the back of his wee woobly bits. And I'm not going to pull everything out of here this time. And more black in here. That is so weird. Huh. And then, of course, Felix's card is right there with the code to be able to get access to his pattern. So, yes. So, I got Zoe and Felix. I got Zoe thanks to my uncle. He is super awesome. Anytime I'm looking for something, if I let him know that it's able to be found in his area, he will definitely go looking for me. he's a good enabler, just like Brian. So there's Felix and Zoe. Thank you, Uncle Lyndon. I love her. And I will send you a picture as soon as I get her made. So I'll set those there. And then when I got back, when we got back, I had to go to Walmart the next morning to grab a few things that we needed. And I know most of the Walmarts carry the Woobles yarn. And I think I've talked about it when they first started carrying it. And I had said there was no way on God's green earth I was paying $12 for a ball of Woobles yarn. And then not long ago, I was in there shopping, and it was before our Wednesday wipeout officially ended. And I was looking for a certain color of the mainstay cotton because I was worried I was going to run out on the project I was making. And I happened to notice that they had marked them down to $7 a ball. And I thought, no, nope, still not going to do it. Still not. I'm sorry. So I just walked on by. I felt them. They were so soft. Um, really wanted to use them and do some projects, some amis and stuff like that. Because, and I think they only had 6 colors anyway in all of the stores. It was all the same 6. I wish they would come out with more. However, when I went yesterday morning after we had gotten back, I had noticed that the number of skeins on the shelf had not changed. And just out of curiosity, I scanned them with my app, and they were scanning at $5 through the app. Now, if I was at home and I looked them up, it shows like $9.97 to be picked up in store, ordered and then picked up in store or shipped to you. But in the stores, they are ringing up $5 for the ball. So I grabbed what they had. So we got the, let's see, this is called, where's the name? Happily Ever Lavender, and it is the purple, and it's so soft. And a very pretty, it's pretty much showing true to color right now. What's going on with my camera? That's unusual. So I grabbed 2 of those. Actually, I think 3. There was a few odd ones, and they're in the bag. So, and then they had the blue, which is Seize the Day, SEAS. So I grabbed what they had of those. And this one is called the Coal Shebang, which is the black. And it's a medium 4 weight. It's 75% cotton, 25% nylon, machine wash and dry. They recommend a 5mm or US H8 crochet hook, or a 5.5mm US 9 knitting needles, which I find funny that they recommend a 5mm crochet hook when all of the kits want you to use a 4.5. So maybe they recommend a 5 if you're not doing amigurumi with it, but there's no way I would make a blanket, because these have the balls are 5.5 ounces or 155 grams, and they're 170 yards or 155 meters. So yeah, so I got 2 or 3 of those. I just put in the basket what was going to fit. And then, of course, we had Snow Place Like Home. Snow Place Like Home, which I think is a cool name, which is the white. And then we have the green, which is Leaf It to Us, right there. And then we have the yellow, which is What's Up, Buttercup, right there. So, yes, guys, if you are starting to get into the Ami kits and you like this yarn for them, I highly suggest going to your Walmart, checking it out, scanning it with the app in the store, because when you're not in the store, it doesn't work. But once you're in the store or have the employees do a price check, they are not what the signage says. Like my store said $7. They are not. They are marked down to $5. And who knows? Since yesterday, they may have marked them. What I think has happened is their system has done another markdown on them, and the employees just have not even checked or gotten to the sign to change it. That's above the display for them. So I have a feeling that they're getting ready to either get rid of them, or they are transitioning out of these colors and maybe there's some new colors coming in. I have no idea. So, but I think that's a pretty good deal for this yarn, considering how the balls are so big. And so I grabbed them, and I can use them on extra of the Woobles, because I can always make them for A, random acts of kindness to leave around. B, they can be great little gifts for hospice in between blankets and stuff, little palette cleansers, so to speak. And C, some friends and family gifts. So, yeah. So, yeah, that's what I got during vacation, with the exception of I had ordered some books. One of them was a pre order. And now that I'm back, it has been delivered. So we are going to open those. And I'm not sure which one is which. Um, not sure at all. So we will. Okay. So this is the one that was a pre-order. And I could have had the other book delivered way before, but it gave me the option to just have them both delivered at the same time to save shipping, which I find funny because they didn't even ship them together. They still sent them in separate packages through FedEx, but they came on the same day. So I don't know. I was trying to save on the carbon footprint, guys. And yeah, they didn't. So the first one that was a pre order was the Granny Square Bible. It's got 110 designs to mix, match, and crochet. Says easy and enjoyable to crochet. Granny squares can be worked in various forms, including hexagons, flowers, and circles, and in a myriad of colors. Go hunting for yarn scraps and leftovers. Follow the tips and techniques and make any or all of the 110 designs featured in this book. And it's by searchpress.com. UK price is 12.99 pounds. US $19.95. I think I got it a little cheaper because it was pre-order then. And then Canadian price is $24.95. And so it's got the introduction, which talks about all of it. And let's see. Then it goes into, I think, some first steps, which is chapter 1. And it talks about yarn, the different stitches, and it gives you like this little swatches. And then it talks about symbols, abbreviations, because there are charts in here as well. your hook, the yarn, and how to hold it. Slip knots, chain goes into the different stitches. Yeah, there's quite a few. And then it goes into where did it switch? Picot, finishing off. Then it goes into blocking. It talks about blocking and making up, sewing the pieces together, joining as you go, flower garland, geometric motifs, scarf project, and then it goes in chapter 3 is the granny squares. There's the dahlia right there. Oops, don't want to give away too much. We'll do a book look on this. I have so many books, we got to do a book look. There's a marigold right there. Very pretty. And it's got the written pattern and the graph. And then you have the what they call the P square, fuchsia flower square, rain shower square, superstar square. Oh, that's cool. Treble square, three stripe square, calabash square, mini granny squares, Corolla square, glitz, tunison, arcade, diamond, firework, plaid. That looks like C2C to me. Vichy, that one's kind of cool. Cookie square. Okay, explain to me why that looks like a cookie. I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. Fluorescent waves square. Looky there. Trellis square. All kinds of hex. Then it goes into hexagons. The different shape ones after you get out of the square. Amazonian hexagon. Look at that. Pretty. French marigold. Frangipani. Frangipani. The dahlia. That's pretty. Then it goes into flower motifs, like the gerbera, orchid, flax, picot flower, wallflower, blue poppy. This one's called the sun. Very pretty. Clematis, and then a star. They got all kinds of things in here. Too bad somebody doesn't come up with a Halloween one. A Christmas rose, zinnia, peony, oat flower. Oh, this one's called coral. Yeah, we'll do a deeper book look in here. That would be so cool if somebody would come up with a Halloween book of squares or appliques. I'd buy it in a heartbeat. So that is the Granny Square Bible, and it just released last week, I think, or I can't remember what day, but I had it shipped. It was pre-ordered. And then the other book, make sure we had nothing showing. Oh, let's see. I don't like these kind of packages. I have a hard time getting into them. There we go. Alrighty. Like I said, I intentionally hit the button to have them shipped together to save on our carbon footprint, and they still ship them separate. So the other book that came with it was Amigurumi Critters. Look at the fox. Look at that duck. Oh, look at the frog. Look at that penguin. There is all different kinds of critters in here. I don't know if there is a page. And there's a pig. Look at the duck. Joey the duck. Oh my goodness. That duck. Gertrude. Look at her. Oh my goodness. I don't think there is a page that shows them all. Well, doggone it. But there are 25. Here's a bunch of them on the back. Right here. Got a little axolotl, a seal, some little otters, that duck though, a little piggy, a pug, a little monkey, I think it's a monkey, a chicken, a little bear, I think it's supposed to be a polar bear, a little capybara, a little panda, 25 imaginative crochet designs for all skill levels. And this one's by Amy Ting of Curious Papaya. Yeah. They look like the patterns are going to be fairly there's your little sea otter family. I wanted some things that were going to be a little quicker makes. Rather than gigantic amis for donating and making for just different kinds of things. That pandy is so cute. So cute. Little koala. And look at the pig and the chicken. Aren't they adorable? But that duck, though. The mallard and then this, I just can't. I just can't, guys. But yeah, these were my 2 new books. And I can't wait to do a book look on these, a little deeper dive. I know we've got a bunch of others that we need to. I'm so far behind on deep dives because we've had so much going on. But yeah, those were my acquisitions during vacation. And I know I'm going to have a whole lot of fun, especially with the holidays coming up. Yeah, I'm trying to get myself set up um, so that way when winter rolls around, I don't have to worry about going anywhere but just sitting and crocheting. Um, yeah. So anyhow, guys, have you gotten any new amigurumi books or did any of you order those? I know one person that ordered the Ami book. That was Patricia over at the Yarny Cat Crochet. She had the brilliant idea too. So, um, and I know a lot of people either love them or hate them, granny squares. I actually love them. I think they make blankets look so cool. And I like having different ways to make donation blankets. And with the amount of squares in that one, I think I can come up with all different kinds of blankets. So, yeah. And then, of course, these Zoe and Felix. Thank you, Uncle Lyndon, for finding me Zoe. I was so excited. So excited. And he snagged the last one. So gotta love him, right? And I can't wait to make those and show you guys. Um, and I was even thinking, wouldn't those be super cool using the same pattern and also using blanket yarn? Yeah, 4-way blanket yarn and see what they look like with blanket yarn. It's not like I don't have a whole big gigantic box full of it. Yeah, so we will be having a lot of amigurumi fun. I got a feeling that 2026 is pretty much going to be amigurumi central in this house. So, and I'm not mad about it either. So, anyways, I'm going to let you guys go. It was fun visiting with you. I'm glad to be back. Although I hated leaving my family, I miss them so, so, so much. I was missing them as soon as I pulled out of the driveway. Yeah, it was a rough ride home for sure. And then, of course, I got sick. We won't go into that. All I'm going to say is um, never again with the Denny's. Um, so yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna let you guys go. I love you bunches, and I will see you back tomorrow for day 72 of 100 Days of Halloween. Bye for now.